Is a cruise dining package worth it? That's the second most popular question we get, next to is a drink package worth it? This video will help you decide whether to spend your hard-earned money on a specialty dining package for your next cruise. Let's get started. First of all, if you're a new cruiser, there are two categories of food options on your cruise ship. The first is included food, which is food that is included with your cruise fare. It's what some people call free once you get on board. The second category is specialty dining, which are restaurants on board not included with your cruise fare. These dining venues cost extra once you get on board, or you can purchase an unlimited dining package or individual specialty dining meals before your cruise, which we'll talk about in a bit, so stick around. With that in mind, let's cover what food is already included in your cruise fare. In summary, the answer is 4 venues: the main dining room, the buffet, various themed food venues like hot dogs, burgers, or Mexican food, and then smaller snack venues like finger food, pastries, and desserts. Other than specialty dining, the main dining room is going to be your fanciest environment and your best menu items. There are usually different menu offerings for dinner every night of your cruise in the main dining room. Some cruise lines offer classic menu items that are served every evening, or they may have menus that are based on a certain type of food or food from a certain area like French or Mexican. Most cruise lines also serve breakfast and lunch in the main dining room with different menus than dinner. Be sure and check your cruise line app or website for those specific dining schedules. Some cruise lines, for instance, will not serve lunch in the main dining room on port days. The second venue for food you've already paid for when you book a cruise is the buffet. The buffet is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of your cruise. If you are one who likes lots of options, you might frequent the buffet even more than the main dining room. It's hard to imagine you won't be able to find something to please your palate on your cruise line's buffet. Generally speaking, the food is less complicated than the main dining room, but there are often more choices of cuisines from all over the world offered from day to day. If you're ready to try Indian or traditional British foods, the buffet will offer that opportunity. The next category of included food options is smaller locations offering one specific kind of food, like pizza, for instance, which is available in a separate venue on most all cruise lines. Then there's burgers, a la Guy's Burgers on Carnival, hot dogs like the Dog House on Royal Caribbean, and then Mexican food like the Blue Iguana on Carnival or El Loco Fresh on Royal Caribbean. Now, these locations provide full meals at no extra cost and can offer a change for your palate as well as some amazing on-deck ocean views. The last smaller venue option is what I call the snack shacks. These usually offer finger foods like small sandwiches, pastries, and desserts. Cafe Promenade is a well-known and frequently visited location on Royal Caribbean to curb those between meal cravings. Be sure and check your cruise line app or website for a listing of included food options on a specific ship. You might find that spending extra for specialty dining is just not necessary. An important note to keep in mind is that some cruise lines offer booking packages that include specialty dining, drinks, and Wi-Fi. Of course, that premium booking choice will be more expensive, but if you just like to wrap it all up in one booking, that may be the choice for you. On the other hand, if you're just not sure you need specialty dining, you know you don't need a drink package, and you're able to just completely unplug on vacation, so you also don't need Wi-Fi, be sure and work with your travel agent to make sure you're not paying extra for things you don't need. After your booking, you can always just add one of those packages, like Wi-Fi for instance, if that's all you need. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. What should your considerations be to decide whether a dining package is in your future? The first, of course, is budget. Honestly, if money is no object, book a dining package every time. If you have the money, it's nice to also have the dining options once you're on board. However, there are not many of us who are in that group. The rest of us have to remember we might also be spending money on other things for our cruise that we've determined are more important for us, like a drink package maybe, or even a la carte drinks once you're on board, or excursions in port, photo packages, or maybe gifts and souvenirs. You might choose to spend your money on things other than specialty dining, so keep that in mind when you're deciding whether to purchase a dining package. Also, some cruise lines offer smaller dining packages like a 2 or 3 meal package. I know Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, and Norwegian offer that because the 3-night package is usually all we ever buy. Once again, be sure you check your cruise line website for options. The second consideration is your itinerary. Are you considering booking an unlimited dining package for just a 3 or 4 night cruise? For shorter cruises, you might consider staying with just the included food options. And since your ports will be fewer, save your money for an amazing shore excursion. Another consideration should definitely be the size of your ship. Remember that specialty dining is specifically for those restaurants that cost extra on board. If there aren't very many of those on your ship, is it really worth the money to buy an unlimited dining package? Remember, if you decide that an unlimited dining package is not for you, you can still buy individual specialty dining meals on the cruise line website. For instance, if you are on a 4-night sailing and you want to try the specialty steakhouse on board, you can just buy that one meal online before your cruise. So what are some of the benefits or pros of choosing specialty dining over an included venue? One of the most obvious is higher quality food. Let's just be honest. We are definitely not foodies, but we do like to experience the best food on board, which is what you get with specialty dining. The main dining room food, as good as it might be on some cruise lines, is mass-produced. We participated in a galley tour on one of our cruises, and it truly is amazing. They feed so many people every night. But with that said, there is more room for error due to the amount of food that comes out of the main dining room kitchen. On that note, another pro to specialty dining is that it's easier to customize your order and there's less room for error coming from the kitchen. Bottom line is, eating in a specialty restaurant gives you an individually prepared meal in a much smaller setting, which can be worth it to some people. Speaking of smaller settings, another pro to specialty dining is more flexibility with your dining time and no lines or crowds. If you buy an individual specialty dining meal, you can make your reservation before your cruise online, on the website or on the app. If you buy any kind of dining package, you will need to wait until you board to make your reservation. But you'll find generally there are many choices for dates and time frame for your specialty dining meal. If you're also wondering whether the drink package is worth it for you, check out this video right here. And if you're interested in looking at an entire week of food on one of our cruises, check out this playlist here. Thanks for stopping by and be blessed.